Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, nursing professionals. This is PSNA's Your Voice in the Capital with your July 2022 legislative update. We hope that these monthly videos will be able to fit into your schedule easily, so whether you're watching this from home or just listening on the go, we are glad to have you with us. To start with our highlights from July, PSNA met with the Governor's Office in an important meeting to discuss a variety of topics relating to the professional nursing community. With future meetings set up, we hope to have better communication with the current and future administrations that enter the governor's office. A large win for this past month as well was also the BPOA automating the licensure process for temporary practice permits. The process has already resulted in many nurse graduates starting in their field, and we are happy to see progress here. More on these updates will be shared later on these slides. As the November elections draw closer, it is critical that nurse professionals have their voices heard and are represented by individuals in the PA legislature who fight for their profession. The PSNA Political Action Committee is in place to help with this effort and to ensure that we are able to support candidates who will enact change and support nurse professionals in the Commonwealth. Now more than ever, we are in need of your help. The PSNA PAC is able to support these candidates in their campaign efforts. With just a small contribution of $5, you can stand with us as we help support these campaigns that want to see a change in Harrisburg and across the Commonwealth. Scan this QR code with your phone or go to psna.org under PSNA PAC to learn more about our efforts and to donate. The November elections are coming up soon, and we could use all the help. The PSNA Legislative Ambassador Program is an amazing way to stay at the forefront of policy affecting healthcare and nurses across Pennsylvania. Just as preseason NFL is starting, we need to fill our rosters with the best of the best. We need ambitious members to represent nurses' voices in Pennsylvania. These ambassadors play critical roles in moving policy in Harrisburg. The relationships you form with legislators will ensure that nursing reform can easily move through our PA government. Currently, we are looking for 2 members from each PA House and Senate legislative district. To talk a little bit more about the role, these are the main responsibilities that the ambassadors will have. First, participating in ambassador virtual calls, and that will be as needed. That's nothing too crazy there, but making sure that you are also a registered voter and resident of Pennsylvania is important. Being able to send letters of introduction to elected officials, attending face-to-face meetings with elected officials, communicate with legislators via phone, letter, and email, submit letters to the editor and op-eds as needed, set aside personal political agendas when representing PSNA, as we represent all nurses in the Commonwealth. Maintain robust connection to PSNA in our efforts, inform PSNA of your ambassador activities, and respond to and share PSNA's action alert emails, educate RNs on PSNA's legislative priorities as well. Finally, here are some of the benefits you will have as being a legislative ambassador. Being able to be the first to know on many advocacy and healthcare updates. PSNA's Advocacy Academy is also a great program. It's an online education program that you will also get contact hours for. Legislative agendas, talking points, policy briefs, and position papers. You will learn how to craft all of these and also be able to spread these to the proper channels. Legislative materials to leave with your legislators so you'll know how to properly give out those, and opportunities to provide testimony on those op-eds and media. It's a very cool opportunity. And PSNA's Legislative Ambassador business cards. I think they're pretty cool. I have one in my wallet right now. Finally, to receive updates on the upcoming introductory meetings for the Legislative Ambassador Program, please email me your name and location so we can understand what district you are in at tdougherty@psna.org. That's TDOUGHERTY@psna.org. As before we had said, there are 2 easy ways right there to be able to affect nursing reform in Pennsylvania by donating to the PAC or becoming a legislative ambassador for PSNA. But also, of course, if you have not already, please sign up to become a PSNA legislative advocate. A PSNA legislative advocate helps progress momentum on nursing reform change in Pennsylvania. With just a simple text, email, a quick phone call to key decision makers, you will stay up to date on nursing reform and become more involved with the legislative process. Your actions as an advocate make waves in legislators' offices because they know that you will most definitely be going to the polls if you're contacting their office. It takes 5 minutes per advocacy alert to show Harrisburg PSNA means business. To sign up, go to psna.org under advocacy and click Become an Advocate. The sign-up process will take about 3 minutes, and these alerts will take less than 5 minutes of your time a month to easily and effectively promote nursing reform. To talk again in more detail about the meeting PSNA had with the governor's office, the new process for temporary practice permits for recent PA nursing graduates is in effect. Graduates of Pennsylvania nursing schools are now able to begin their careers in healthcare while their applications for full initial licensure are processed by the State Board of Nursing. With the new process, of course, comes $5 million in appropriations that has been allocated to the Pennsylvania Bureau of Professional and Occupational Affairs, the BPOA, which will go towards these future implementations. We hope to see those in the coming months. Continuing our conversations with the governor's office is the current state of the Nurse Licensure Compact. Currently, the Nurse Licensure Compact, or the NLC, its implementation is in this gray area, in which, yes, the legislation and the language has been passed, but it cannot be implemented in PA due to the current FBI's process of compacts and criminal background reviews. The process and the criminal background reviews currently do not integrate with the process, the NLC language, and the pre-existing background check systems have already had implemented. The governor's office is currently working with the FBI in its overall language for the compact, and not only the NLC compact, but all other compacts that are also running into the same issues for licensure. Once this language is ready and the FBI has reviewed and approved the compact, the process can begin to be implemented in PA. This, however, will take about 100 to 150 days to officially go into effect. We at PSNA, we've heard your voices. We know that this is a frustrating issue, and the fact that it has been a year since we have seen any movement on this since it was passed. And I want to reaffirm to you all that we are doing everything in our power to be able to keep up to date with the information that's being provided to us and make sure that we're pushing not only this administration, but if something doesn't happen in this administration, the next administration, towards processing this compact and getting this moving. It should have not taken this long, and we want to do everything in our power to make sure that this change in the compact will be enacted and we can see this put forth in 2023. Overall, the meeting with the governor's office proved to be a great way to open a new line of communication, though. We're excited to be able to just talk about these nursing issues with the administration and hope that in the future administrations that we'll be able to continue these talks. Just overall, some of the big issues that we are looking to bring up in the coming months and want to be able to open these lines of communications with the administrations are the application process for taking the NCLEX, the process of approving nursing education programs and curriculums, and finally, nurse practitioner licenses and prescriptive authority. If you have any comments on this, please feel free to reach out. My contact information will be on the next slide. And probably one of the best things to come from this meeting was the fact that this line of communication has set up quarterly calls with the governor's office to be able to discuss these issues. So it is not going to be something that we have to try to squeeze into a schedule. These will be scheduled out with the key stakeholders and also the decision makers in that office. So we are excited to be able to continue this, and we're excited to see where it goes. Thank you for listening or watching this PSNA's Your Voice in the Capitol legislative update for July 2022. Please feel free to reach out if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, or even if you just want to say hi. I'd be happy to hear from you and learn a little bit more about your life and what daily things you go through as a nurse. So please feel free to contact. We are happy to have you with us in our collective actions towards a better future for nurses in Pennsylvania.